Knock, knock. Just wondering, are you letting your past dictate, telegraph, or determine how great you can be in the future? That's a meaty one, right? Yeah. I've got to say that it's something I feel like I've been dealing with lately and something that I've seen a lot of you dealing with lately. And so I thought we should talk about it. Sound good? All right. So we're going to dive in just one moment. And by the way, welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media and making sure you're not letting the past dictate your future. It will definitely, absolutely, positively help you with that. So we'll be right back. One of the things that I'm really focused on helping you guys achieve right now is making sure that you're spending your time efficiently. Time is money. Our time is very valuable, and anything that I can do to help you get the social media portion of your business done well, but done efficiently. I mean, that's gravy, don't you think? And that's why I created Social Templates Club, which is the new September capsule. Actually just came out and is fantastic. It's fire, as they say. Why is it so fantastic? Because you have an opportunity to get templates that help you with all aspects of your social media. That even includes reels, stories, idea or info images, and carousels, something we've talked about on the podcast before. What I love is those who are using it, those who are part of the club, are seeing results galore, and they're feeling like they are that expert. That imposter syndrome goes away when you're in Social Templates Club. If you'd like to find out more or join Social Templates Club, save yourself some time and really set yourself as that expert that I know you are for your future customers and team members, I highly encourage you to go to socialtemplates.club today and get that September capsule. You ever have that moment where you're going and you're being like you feel like you're in your stride, things are going well, and then you reach this point where you've got to make this decision. Maybe things slow down like we've talked about before. Maybe it's just you have to make a decision in your business or your life. And as you're trying to make that decision, all of those little gremlins come in. Now, these gremlins, gremlins we're talking about today, I feel like we talk about the gremlins a lot lately. These are the gremlins that remind you of all the times you have not chosen the, I put in air quotes, right path. All the times you've not succeeded perhaps or done as well as you wanted to do. All the times that maybe you fell down, even though you've got back up again. That's what you remember. How much credence, how much license, how much credibility are you giving those gremlins? How much credibility are you giving your past? Are you letting your past determine how well you're going to do in your future? Why is this coming up? Because I think that I do this, and I know that I do this, and I know that you do too. In fact, I was speaking with, as we were end of last month, finalizing the Social Stories Pro, the group that would start, which PS, and by the way, just for those of you who just continuance on the storyline that was last month, the person I did talk about, she did join, or two episodes ago, she did join Social Stories Pro, and she said, I think you're talking about me on the podcast. I'm like, guilty, I totally was. She did join, and the group, I'll talk about that behind the scenes. I'll talk about it now. Could not be any happier. It's exactly what I envisioned, what I hoped for, even though oh my gosh, it would be so awesome if hits all those boxes. Now, why do I mention that? Because in talking to different network marketers about whether pro was right for them, and it wasn't right for everyone. And I told many a person, this is not for you. I really did. And a lot of them said, thank you for saying that. I'm like, yeah, I want you to be successful. I want you to be in the right space, whether it's headspace, but whatever space, this is not for you. But anyway, I did have a couple conversations with some who said, you know what, I invested in something in the past and it didn't go well. It didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, or I hoped it would. And so I'm hesitant about investing in myself in this way. Or I'm hesitant. I also heard that my significant other is not going to necessarily trust my judgment on this, even though I know it's the right thing. And that is first of all something that cannot be solved within one podcast. I can help you get going with it, or even in one conversation with someone. That's something that takes a little more time, because what you're basically saying when that happens is you are saying that how you did in the past is going to determine how you are going to do in the future. And as a result, you're using that empirical evidence to determine whether you can or you can't. Think about that. This is exactly what you're doing. Can you imagine if a toddler who's trying to learn how to walk and who's fallen every single time said, you know what, in the past, I tried 100 times, didn't work. I definitely can't make this choice to try and stand up and walk again. Can you imagine? If we let our past performance dictate how we're going to do in the future, then we're going to do absolutely nothing in the future but keep on failing or just stay here and accomplish nothing. And I got to tell you, I told you, I do the same thing too. And it's when you are reaching for something or when you realize you're about to achieve something great, that's when these little gremlins go, oh, but remember that one time when you didn't do blah, blah, blah. And you think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And I love spouses and significant others, but sometimes they literally it's like the gremlin takes them over and they say that thing and they know how to say it to kind of get you, right? Right? I mean, Scott, love him, but he will say some things and I'm like, oh, it hits me with that, oh, maybe I can't. And it's not that he means to, but it's probably more how I hear it than how he says it, right? But no, last month, as I'm, doing all these things, I told you recently that I was going for a huge goal, which I hit, PSM, by the way. And I was very confident about hitting, and I told you that. But I got to tell you, during the last week of it, I wasn't sure. Those gremlins started to do the, what if it doesn't work? It's worked for you in the past, but actually, think about all the times you haven't actually won the thing, got the prize. Listen, and you're going to laugh at me, but I can go back to certain times in my life. Have you ever been fired? Have you ever been fired from a job? The first time, I will never forget that how do I say this? You're going to laugh at me. No one wants to be fired. Most people are fired in their lifetime. That is like a normal thing. Things happen. I mean, listen, I did radio. So obviously you get fired in radio because they switch things around. They can your whole thing. That happens. If you're in a position like that, it's like, when don't you get fired, right? I mean, that's the truth of the matter. But I remember the first time, they did away with our channel. So I don't want to call that being fired. You're like, I don't, because they actually did away with our channel because we were monopoly, Clear Channel, iHeartRadio in the industry. This is too much information. Anyhow, we were the ones that got sold to another company. And I was like, I'm not having that. Anyhow, let me go back to when I got fired, because this is the first time. I felt so bad. I did. I felt so bad. And I felt like everybody was watching me and everyone would know, oh, you got fired. And I say this to you because whenever I'm trying to do something now as an entrepreneur, I think back to that time I got fired. You want to know about the time I got fired? Yeah. You want to know about that time? I'm talking about, not talking about the radio time where they bring in the whole station and let you know what's going to happen. And kudos to them. Love her. Thank you, Pam. She told us months. She told us 90 days in advance, which was really generous of her. They trusted us to go on air and we did, and still do our family friendly mornings. And nothing ever happened, which was very, very hard. Nobody knew but us. Anyhow, this is not the story I'm telling you. That's a different story. The story I'm telling you, and I went on to do radio in other places, but yeah, that was sad and good. And it was a great environment and they were so nice and all the things. And anyhow, let's get back to the story at hand. Because if you've ever been fired, if you've ever been rejected, right? Rejected by a guy or a girl, or rejected by, something. People wouldn't let you play on the playground. You got dumped. I get fired and I'm like, everybody's watching me. They're going to think I suck. Because you feel that way, right? When you get rejected. And whenever I go back to something right now, I think, oh my gosh, it's back to when I got fired. And people are going to think I'm not good. And more importantly, I'm going to realize that I wasn't my best, or was I? And as a result, blah, 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 and the lies that people tell you, which are not as bad as the lies that you tell yourself. If I stopped when I got fired, first time I got fired, where would I be today? I wouldn't be here with you. I wouldn't take chances, would never take another chance. I wouldn't have ended up on radio. I wouldn't have ended up on TV doing home shopping if I had not got, it's a true story, if I had not gotten fired. Okay, first time I got fired, and now you're going to laugh at me. Maybe you won't. Maybe you will. They're all going to laugh at you. I'm like, don't look at me any differently. First time I got fired was on national TV, was on NBC, was the show on a Monday? Oh, Sunday nights, was on a Sunday night. And it was literally, I got fired by our former president, Donald Trump, on TV. Now you're saying, come on, Roxanne. But that was the first time I got fired. That hurt. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, you were so close. Final four, they fired two of us. I was out. So close. And it wasn't so much the moment that I got fired. That was fine. That was fine. It was watching getting fired and knowing everyone was watching me. And maybe I wasn't good enough. And you're on a reality show. And obviously the only person who's good enough is the person who wins, right? So all your flaws are they build up this time and they show all the footage they can to justify the reason why you shouldn't win. That's how it is, right? That's how it is with any reality show, little news flash. And I thought, and as when I watched it and saw the world watching it back, the world so dramatic, I was like, people are like, I can't believe you did that. Or I'm like, did what? Yeah, I cursed. It's okay. Uh, Leading up, the little things. And so by the time it was the episode that I was going to get fired, I was like, oh my gosh. I was so terrified. Kid you not, living in Austin. I got on a plane. I kid you not. And I flew to New York. I am not kidding with you right now, because they were allowing us to watch the episode ahead of time if it was within a certain amount of days. And I flew out there to watch the episode. And now that I think of it, I feel like I went and I wasn't even able to watch it. I can't even remember. It really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I made it this huge thing. And ultimately, I had to tell myself, you know what, Roxanne? First of all, getting fired is not a bad thing because it leads you to something else. Again, I wouldn't be here with you right now. But who knows? I would have been working for the Trump organization. I wouldn't be here with you right now. So you can decide whether that's. I mean, half of you would say that's a good thing. Half of you would say that's a bad thing. It's fine. But my point is, if I sat there and thought you getting fired and people looking at you and thinking about you is really a testament to how well you will or won't do, I never would keep going. So I know I know you're like, Roxanne, come on, but that was a big deal. The world was watching. I did get fired. You can go on YouTube and watch me get fired. So it happened. It's real. But that's the way we all feel, isn't it? It's the way we all feel when we get rejected or when we get fired, when we say, I'm going to invest in something. I'm going to do network marketing. I'm going to put myself out there. I feel like the world is watching. And really, when it comes to the world, it's really our friends and family that we weigh so heavily. It's the same thing. It's no bigger of a deal or a smaller of a deal than what I experienced. It's that pressure. And when it doesn't go well, you feel like you're a failure, which you're not. P.S. And by the way, but also you use that to telegraph and determine how well you're going to do in the future. I can't tell you how many times I'm with people, network marketers just like you, and they say things like, well, but I don't have a big team. Okay, what's your point? Does you having a big team or you having a small team determine how well you're going to do moving forward? I'm just curious. If you can't bet on you, you can't bet on anybody. But if you actually think that all those experiences when you didn't hit the mark have taught you nothing, then I guess you know more about you than I do. Because I choose to believe that every experience, as my dad always says, and I always repeat, Roxanne, everything in life will prepare you for something you're going to do in the future. So if that's the case, then those failures or those times you invested in someone or some business or yourself and it didn't work, awesome. Those were a learn. That was to prepare you in life for something in the future. And it's not necessarily to say, don't do it, just sit there in a box in the corner. No, it's to go, okay, I know what happened there. I know I'm learning. I brought that information into my head and processed so that now I can move forward and be different. The toddler is able to do it. Why aren't we? Aren't we just big toddlers? Some of us are bigger toddlers than others. I'm just saying. But really, the toddler keeps falling. And they fall in the most fearless, fantastic ways, don't you think? And they're like, oh, it's like timber. They keep falling. They keep learning from every time they fall. They learn from the moment they stepped a couple times. Okay, let me try that again. And let me try it again. And let me try it again until, look, lo and behold, I'm a doing it. Why can't we do the same thing? If you're going to let your past dictate your future, then allow your past to dictate it in the sense that you've learned so that you got it this time, so that you're going to rock it this time. I could go through a list of entrepreneurs after entrepreneurs who got the no over and over again. Not going for the no, not that spammy Tammy, slow down. Who got rejected, door slammed on. Walt Disney's a great example, right? I mean, jobs he applied for before he was Walt frickin' Disney. I said frickin', just frickin'. I mean, think about that. And I'm sorry, Walt, he's happy. He would never use that word. Forgive me. But anyhow, you get my point. If he had stopped and said, I'm not meant to be an animator, we wouldn't have the happiest place on earth times 3 or 4. Yes, your experiences matter. Yes, those gremlins that were trying to get to me, making me feel like I couldn't do it, they matter. But you know what matters more? Realizing, aha, that was an experience and I've got this now. I can do it. I'm going to keep moving forward. I learned from that. I'm going to rock this. I know what I could have done differently and I'm going to go for it. We were in a training with Social Stories members today about holiday. You know, we're continuing on with holiday goodness. And in this training, we're talking about a holiday gift guide because one of the things that as a member you get is a holiday gift guide template this month. By the way, if you do the Slate for Sales strategy workshop, you too get a holiday guide for free as a bonus, which is pretty valuable because it can be a little laborious to design and all those things. You get the template, you add things in, life is good. And so someone asked, it was a great question. She said, I've never done a holiday gift guide before. Will that benefit me? And is it something I should do? Now, I'm a big believer in you making decisions for yourself and you understanding all the things in strategy and then being that CEO, right? And so I said, hey, great question asked. I asked the group, for those of you who are going to do one this year, what are reasons you're going to? And those of you who aren't, what are reasons you aren't? Now, what was interesting is 2 of the attendees who did one last year and are doing one again, said they chose to do one again because of this. They said, I did the guide, but I know that I didn't give it full promotion. I'm a big believer, like a guide is only as good as you promote it. True story. It is only good as you promote it. And they said, and one said, she said, I'm excited to do it this year because I understand the promotion part of it and I'm gonna really work it that way. And I loved that because had she said, I didn't get as many people getting my guide as I wanted to last year, she just go, no, that's not worth it. I'm not going to do it. But she evaluated and said, okay, did I really, let me get real with myself. Did I really promote it as much as I should have, as I needed to? Oh, I used should have need back to back. Ignore me. Did I promote it as much as it deserved to get the results that I desired? She said, no, I didn't. So she's going to do it again and she's going to promote it more and see the outcome. She is not letting her past dictate her future in a sense of saying it can't be done. I can't find success in this. She is letting her past be a lesson so that she can be even better in the future. And if you do have a significant other who is making you doubt the things, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that or them. They care about you. They're trying to keep you safe. But perhaps a discussion could be had. where you let them know I was there. I was actually there in the past too. Yeah, I was there. And this is what I've learned from that. And I'm really, really excited to take what I learned from that and be fearless and go to the future, to this new thing with what I've applied and learned. And I mean, you know that I am a capable, strong, WOMEN, it's not that song goes, woman. And so I know that you're going to be confident in seeing where I go and how I grow from that as well too. Just a thought, just a try. If it works. If it doesn't, don't come after me. Just throwing it out there. Let us not let our past dictate our future as a stamp on how well we will or will not do. Let it be a lesson that we can take to rocket forward in the future. And I got to tell you, those who joined Social Stories Pro, those who I'm on this journey with right now, we kicked it off today. They all, and it was so interesting, the stories, learning about them as we did these conversations, each one of them had a story of something in the past that something they didn't achieve as much as they wanted to, or they didn't hit the marks they wanted to. And yet they are not letting their past dictate how they're going to do right now in the future. They're letting it be a lesson so that they can soar. And I encourage you to do the very same thing too. And I pledge to you, I'm going to do it too. We'll be right back with Behind the Scenes. Happy holidays, happy holidays. Yes, slay, slay, slay your sales. It is time. Now is the time to be focusing on your plan for the holiday season. I don't need to tell you that inventory, stock, prices, all those things are going up in wait time. Inventory is going down, right? And of course, prices are going up. What does that mean for you? That means that you need to have a plan stand right now so that your holiday season can be all that you want it to be. And if you're waiting for your upline or you're waiting for your company to come out and tell you what to do, they're going to tell you too late, because that's just how it is in network marketing. I can't fix it all at one time, but I can help you. I can help you with the tools that you need, the strategy, and even the tracker, so that you can make sure you're doing all the things that you need to be doing so you can enjoy your holiday season personally, but also rock it professionally. If you would like more information on how to rock your holidays, join us for the live and amazing, if I do say so myself, Slay Your Sales workshop happening once a week, all month long. Love to see you there. And when you sign up, by the way, you're able to go to any of those live. A little extra attention if you like as well too. And you get a free holiday gift guide template to just plop in your holiday goodies. And so you'll have a great thing to promote and help you in your business. Anyhow, go to socialstoriesmembership.com/holiday or holiday. Get more information. I look forward to seeing you in the next session. So behind the scenes, I got to tell you, y'all, there are some days that are not today Satan days. And this is one of them. Oh, I laugh, but I am serious. You know, when days you're just like, I've had a lot of exciting things to do today and to experience today. And yet, today has taken its toll on me. And from the beginning, I'm like, oh, September, this is not how you're supposed to start. I've decided that I don't like it when months start, on a Wednesday. Wednesday's just a robust day. We don't need it to be the first of a month as well, too. That being said, I cannot be any happier. I'm looking down at lists. I've got one of those little rocket fuel books or rocket books, right? Notebooks that I write in, and then you can like erase it and write again. I made a list. I am not kidding you. I made a list of those that I wanted to talk to personally about doing Social Stories Pro, that I knew they'd indicated they had a specific goal. I also made, because I don't know everything, said, hey, let me also let my membership know about it too. Can I tell you that I cannot be happier with the group that came out of it? Like, seriously, I can't be happier. It is everything, like their goals, their drive, where they are, and they're all in different places, where they want to get, that the goals again, and just their personalities. I'm so thrilled. We're going to take a 6-month journey together. We're going to get them to their goals and beyond, to infinity and beyond. And I cannot wait to share little anecdotes on that. You know what's interesting as well, too, is I, in my mind, said to myself, I really want a diverse group. I don't want it to all be one company or the other company. In fact, wow, wouldn't that be cool if there was only one person in each company, one slot? But I didn't say that publicly. I just kind of was like, that'd be awesome. You know, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. How great is that? And now I'm like, that is officially, that's a thing. Like, and so by the last few days, I thought, no, only one per slot. Do you want to know the companies? You want to see the diversity, excitement? Isogenics, Zaya, Usborne, Green Compass, Noonday, Pampered Chef, My Daily Choice, Scout and Cellar, Rodan and Fields. Are you kidding me? I'm not kidding you. How cool is that? So excited to be diving in and really getting into their business. This is going to be like, I basically feel like I'm now like, it's a whole additional chapter of what I'm going to be doing, but I'm okay with it. I love the community that I've been blessed with in Social Stories. I love my elite members. I love that camaraderie and community. And I also love this opportunity for those who are like, you know what, it's time, Roxanne. And I want to coach, and I want a small pod of people who can help me catapult that way. And so I'm so excited. And if any of you guys are listening, I'm so thrilled and honored. And let's do this. Let's rock this. So that's going on. What else is going on in the world of Roxanne? I have, we'll talk about that another day. Oh, I want to tell you this. So as you know, I took a month off of doing lives, which is crazy because that's what I do. It was good to take that month off. That was time that was great self-care. I'm back now. I'm back. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Wednesdays is Convos with a Network Marketer. If you have an idea for a cuter name, let me know. But I'm interviewing different network marketers from different companies and learning a little bit about them and sharing about them. I'd love for you to come watch. This week, we launched and kicked it off with Stephanie Rojas. She is from Savvy, and she was phenomenal and exciting, and it's great. So you can check that out on my IGTV or on my IG. Check the IGTV live called Convos, and you'll see her there. Next week, which is going to be the day you're listening to this, we have the phenomenal Kate Horwitz from Rodan and Fields. She's going to be joining me, and that's going to be a great convo. We have a brand new network marketing company, someone from that coming on, I believe, the week after, and all sorts of other goodies. So you check that out. That's Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, you know, I keep saying it on the podcast. I thought, let me just do it. Unpopular Opinions by Roxanne Wilson. So I am going to be sharing some things that probably most network marketers won't say, but a lot of you feel like, golly, I wish someone would say it. I'm going to say it live. And that's going to be on Instagram and Facebook. So Wednesday's just Instagram. And then on Thursday, Unpopular Opinions, that is going to be on Facebook and Instagram. And those are like, so listen, you can anonymously share it with whoever needs to hear it. This tomorrow, I think we're kicking off with the topic, and the topic is the grass is greener. Oh yeah. We're going to have some real talks. So love to see you there for those. And, you know, I want to remind you, September is one of those funny months. So it's a day shorter. 30 days has September, not September. And it's the pre-kickoff to the last quarter of the year. It's going to fly by. There's a lot going on. School's starting, fall's here, all these things. It's like, and it's gone. And then it's run, baby, run. So don't sleep on your business. Don't sleep on your life. Just keep track of that. I know you've got this. All right, you guys, it was so good to see you. I'm so good to talk to you. I needed this on one of those not today Satan days. I needed this. So thank you for being here with me. And don't forget, you're not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. I'll see you next week for another episode of Roxtalks. Take care. Bye.